Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of PL Seasons to Remember. Today we are joined yet again by Bobby's The Return. Nice to see you again, Bob.
Nice to see you. I've let you have the hosting duties from now on, so you're the host of the show now.
Yeah.
And we've got a bit of a news update this one, innit? Just a quick one, so.
Yeah, so we thought we'd get together tonight just to sort of go through what's occurred today. So, for all Premier League and football lovers, we have been told today that the Premier League is set to resume on Wednesday, the 17th of June, under if the government agree to it happening. But it looks like that's going to be it. Looking at exactly what's going to be happening, so there will be 4 Premier League games that will be shown live, with 25 games free to air. So your first 2 games on Aston Villa versus Sheffield United and Man City against Arsenal. So it's pretty much where we left off.
Are they games in hand?
No. Yeah. So these are
I thought so. Because Villa had a game in hand, didn't they?
That's right. So
yeah.
When Arsenal was supposed to play Man City and Arteta has got the coronavirus, didn't he? So that stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be played. So.
It was a Wednesday night. It was going to be on, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
That long ago.
Same night Liverpool went out to Atletico in Champions League. It was the same night.
Was this the one where if City lose, you win the title? Or is that not quite the case?
Puts us a bit more. I think if City would have lost, we could have won it at Everton, I think.
Oh, was that? I knew it was something. I couldn't remember. Yeah, right.
Lines, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Moving further forward, all games from the 19th to the 21st. That's when the full round of fixtures will start. Every game will be played 7 days a week. So your 4 live matches will be played on a Saturday and a Sunday. On a Friday, game will be at 8 o'clock. Saturdays will be 12:30, 3 o'clock, 5:30, 8 o'clock. Sunday will be 12, 2, 4:30, 7 p.m. Mondays, as ever, will be 8 o'clock kickoff, and all the games in midweek will be 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending if there's 2 games. Most probably one will be at 6 and one will be at 8. So if you've got anything in your planner, come then. I suggest that you cancel them, because I think we'll be taken up by football starting. And Bob, if I could just come to you first.
Well, there's only me to come to.
Big news from the Premier League today, then, Bob.
Huge news. I've got to be honest, I wasn't sure this day was going to come, but obviously it has. I don't know how I feel about it still. I still think, there's a lot going on in the world, and I feel like, is there a rush to get back to normalcy just because we want to get back to not because, there obviously is the financial, we'll get into that side of it, I'm sure, but I feel like there's the rush of the world to get back to normal, which I get because we want things to be back to how they were. But I almost wonder if we're kind of rushing things too much to get back normal, like, with the kids going back to school and things. When you think about things like that, it's like, are we really putting safety first here, or are we putting profits and what have you first? I get it in some respects because everything's a business and businesses have to succeed and carry on, but I don't know if the right decision is being made for the right reasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think looking at what it might be is maybe a rolling week where, depending on what the status of the world is like come 17th of June, or even, I think it's going to be week by week. If we're still meeting the 5 stages which we have met today, hence why the government has sort of eased 1 or more 2 of the lockdowns. I think it depends where we are in the weeks when football starts to come back and when we're actually in it. So it might be the case of it might go wrong and then it stops again. So I think it's as and when, really. I think if we just sort of look back at the timeline, so as of the 19th of May, the Premier League players started to train social distancing, and then yesterday was the 27th of May, I believe, was yesterday, which then all the Premier League teams agreed to contact training, which then...
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
back to normal, and then today, I mean, I do agree in some ways, but maybe it is early, maybe it is too early. I mean, there's a lot of players that don't want to play. I think Kante, from a Chelsea perspective,
Troy Deeney.
I don't think Troy Deeney has to play now.
Right. Okay.
But he's been getting some horrible things on Twitter. Horrible things.
I mean, it's disgusting, all that. I mean, let's just talk about Chelsea then with Kante, because from my perspective, thinking of that, he's our best player, right? So if we don't have our best player for the rest of the season, doesn't that somehow go against the fairness of the competition itself? If you get what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think if you're going to lose, one of your best players, then yeah.
It's not like your situation where you could probably lose your front three and probably still win the league. We're kind of battling for top four, and we have got a bit of a gap between us and fifth. I think it's is it Manchester United who are fifth? I haven't looked at the table in that long. I should have looked before we did this. I know Wolves are in there anyway, but
I think it's Sheffield United.
Is it? Well, anyway, looking at it, I'm thinking, well, those teams are coming up. You know, are they going to kind of gain a bit of an advantage? I mean, obviously that's a selfish football fan perspective of it. My concern mainly is with the human lives aspect, but I guess because it's coming back, we've got to kind of touch on those things. Like,
absolutely, I think you're hoping from a Premier League standpoint that it took so long to stop it, but then now within the space of the 19th to now, what is it, 9 days, maybe 9 days, suddenly in 9 days we've got a start date. How long did it take them to close it down?
It is a little bit suspect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's just go to Liverpool for a second. So you can win the league. Do you think your fans are going to actually stay away? I'm just going to move around while I do this because there's going to be some noise in the background. So just you tell what you got to say.
Yeah, I don't. I think what will happen is I think Liverpool fans know that they need to stay away. They must stay away. As I said, that the venues have still not been confirmed to where the games will be played.
Do you think they're not going to reveal that information?
Nothing's been told you. All games will be here behind closed doors. We know that venues have still to be confirmed to whether or not are we going to be playing games in his own grounds.
We'll end up down at goals at Kirkstall.
But look, if Germany can do it,
yeah.
If Germany can do it, and I mean Dortmund and Bayern Munich's a massive game that was on in this week, and I've heard nothing to say there was any fans outside the ground. At the end of the day, come the end of the season, it's 9 games. Okay, so if a game's getting played every day, nearly, it's going to be finished quick. So you're looking at by the end of June, early July, the season will be finished. Now, the way the things are going at the moment about everything getting opened again, you just don't know where you're going to be. No one's going to be in the ground to watch Liverpool.
No, well, apart from the staff, yeah.
But pubs will probably might be open by then, depending on how things are. So fans will be in the town. They'll be around pubs. So it's still going to be a fantastic atmosphere. Okay, it's not going to be great inside the ground, but in the city of Liverpool, it'll be buzzing.
Yeah, the probably will be.
Absolutely booming in the city of Liverpool. It's sad for Liverpool that
we're not too soon to open the pubs.
Well, this is the thing. All these questions will be answered in the next couple of weeks.
I mean, obviously, from a banter point of view, you know, people will be kind of giving Liverpool stick because they're like, "Oh, you're going to win it in front of no fans" and all that kind of thing. But from again going back to a fairness point of view, it's like you're going to win the title in front of no fans. It's almost like it's kind of not the same, is it? I mean, it's the first title you've won in how many years is it?
30.
30 years. It's like it's kind of it kind of does put a little bit of a dampener on it in a sense, doesn't it?
It does for me, yeah.
I'm sure they're not going to care when they're lifting trophies, but you know what I mean?
I went down last year just watched the last game of the season in a bar on Matthew Street in Liverpool, and I said it was the whole town, the whole city was absolutely, it was crazy when when Brighton scored, the entire place and outside erupted. I mean, like 10 minutes later it was done, but but end of the day, come the end of the season, when we win the league, it will say Liverpool champions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fans or not, when we look back at this, Liverpool will still be known as champions. Okay, maybe next season we might win it with fans there, but you're not all guaranteed that fans are going to be next season.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up to you. And then before we go to that point, what's happening with the FA Cup?
By the looks of things, I don't even think it's going to happen.
Do you think they're just going to scrap it?
There's no talk of it, is there?
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, as much as I wanted it to go on because we're in it, I feel like with what's happened in the world, it probably would be a good season to just say this year's FA Cup's null and void. So it's one of them, innit? I think, again, though, teams are going to want to win things. So, and then there's the Champions League and the Europa League, and
but
they're still going to have to say this season, those competitions are just done.
There's still no talk of the Championship either.
I get the feeling the Championship will follow suit with the Premier League, so they might be like a week or two after and just say they might see what happens that first week and then make a decision. Or, I mean, you've even said, haven't you, this might not happen because something could happen in the interim.
Absolutely.
But I guess
think
you've got
why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And having games nearly every single day.
Yeah. Because they can get the games down. Yeah.
It's good for a Liverpool fan because within a week we could be done.
Yeah, you've won title. Yeah.
It's Everton and Palace, and then if we go and win them games, it's done for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Done.
I guess we'll have to just wait and see what we're in. Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't happen, say something does happen and they can't go ahead, the series are going to have to look at ending the season. But then it's like that old way, like, what do you do with relegation? What do you do with... I mean, the title, I think, should be pretty simple. Just give it to Liverpool anyway, because there's so many points clear. But the relegation, can you relegate a team when you haven't played 38 games? If they're already relegated at that point, fair enough. But if they're not...
Didn't they?
Which I didn't agree with. You didn't agree with either, did you, actually? So...
No. It's how much the Premier League want to make it work, and it's depending on how much they think for clubs. If they have a lot of care for clubs, then if they go, right, we're not going to see anyone go down. And I think if you're going to stop people going down, and from a Liverpool perspective, you can't then award Liverpool the title.
I get what you're saying, because it should be an all or nothing. Yeah.
You can't win that. And a lot of Liverpool fans, if there's any Liverpool fans that watch it, might go, "You're mad. We want to win the title for 30 years." But you've got to look at it from a way of the Premier League working.
Yeah.
If they're not going to relegate, can't then say, right, you're champions then, because
the thing is, no one's catching you this season. No one's catching you. I mean, if you lost all your remaining games, I'd be shocked. You know what I mean? That's what'd have to happen. And then who's second? Is it Leicester or City, isn't it?
Do you know, Bob? I've not even.
It's City.
I know we're top, and I don't know anything else.
But I'm pretty sure City would have to win every single game to the end of the season. You have to lose every single game, pretty much. So, and that's not going to happen. So, it's one of them.
I think every Liverpool fan will probably say, let's get the 2 games out of the way, and then they can cancel the season out of the league after that because we've already won it.
I guess so.
As a biased fan, let's get the 2 games out of the way, and then if they want to cancel it, they cancel it after that.
Yeah.
But from a fan perspective, I want to see everything complete, and I want to get right. This season's been an absolute farce in the end. It's been a bit of a travesty because of what's happened around the world. Let's put it to one side, and then we go again. But then we go with the same problems.
It is quite ironic that Liverpool are going to finally win the title after 30 years, and it's probably not the biggest news of the year because of the virus. But it's one of them. Right? No one can begrudge Liverpool being champions, but it's just one of them where, like you said, you want to win it outright as well, so nobody's got anything on you, so they can't say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Because then if you didn't win it again, there'd always be that little asterisk, something like they said,
Yeah. I'd rather have people take the mick about us not having fans in the stadium when we won a title than taking a bit, you have to win the title.
To be honest, mate, if anyone takes mick out you for that, you can just be like, we don't care, we're champions.
That's it. That's my thing.
I mean, I remember when just going on a little tangent here. I remember we won the Champions League. I went to work the next day, and my mate was supporting Arsenal. Sorry, that beating background then. He said to me, "Oh, I won't want to win it that way. I won't want to win it playing that kind of football." I went, "I don't care, we're European champions." You know what I mean? Who cares how you play?
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure if there's any other club around the country, they wouldn't care either.
No.
Wouldn't care either.
You don't care when you're in that position.
I've never been win. So it's it's a new one for many Liverpool fans.
It's going to be a weird DVD at the end of the season, though, isn't it, with the coronavirus bit? So it'll be in there.
Well, football, the Premier League years on Sky will be interesting, won't it? And then we got this month, and then there were no football. 8 weeks. What did just coming back onto this now? What do you think to all the games being played in a week? So the amount of games that are going to be on. So, like I said, 25 of the games we free to air. 64 Premier League games will be shown on Sky. I think
they're all Chelsea games.
Well, it'll be everything, won't it? It'll be everything, won't it?
I know. I'm joking. It's not going to be 25 Chelsea games, is it? Oh, whatever. There aren't even 25 games left, is there, for everyone?
Oh. So all your 3 o'clock kickoffs will be on telly. So
yeah, I think the way they're doing it's actually good because I feel like it's a bit safer as well because you won't get everyone playing on the same day. And it's one of them where, fans can't go, but I think if fans find out where it is, I think some fans are going to travel anyway just to be around the surrounding areas.
How many games do you think will be on then? So if you look at 12:30 kickoffs, 3 o'clock, 5:30, 8 o'clock on a Saturday, are we looking at maybe 2 or 3 games at 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 games at 5:30, 2 or 3 games at 8?
I don't know. Is it not one game per time slot, or is it? Have they not said? We don't know.
The slots that are going to be used.
Because obviously, if you're playing Sunday, you can't then play Monday.
You'll play Tuesday or Wednesday, won't you?
So everyone will have a couple of days rest, won't they?
This is how interesting it'll be now because none of these players will have played this much football in this much amount of weeks. Maybe it'll work out the same time they would play normally. But so different, won't it? It's going to be absolutely... I mean, like, if everyone says they were bored without football, they might be bored after all football. come it all start.
Yeah, kind of a bit too much at once. I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I've kind of lost interest in this season a little bit. I've kind of been living in the past like I do anyway with stuff because I love my old classic 80s stuff and that, but I've just kind of almost like to this season, I'm just like, I just want it to end. It's a shame you didn't win it. When you could have won it before the virus hit, just so they could have gone, and then there'd have been some like relegation stuff. They could have just gone, it's over, just end it.
Yes, we didn't need City to keep losing, Bob.
Yeah, I know, but I just think
the only time we could have won it would have been the first game.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, maybe if we were going for the title, I'd feel differently, but I'm just a bit like to this season now. But I'm probably gonna watch what I can because. Just to check it out. I couldn't watch the Bundesliga with no fans. I mean, it's more likely I'd probably have it in the background when I was playing with my kids or something, and then I'd keep an eye on it. But it's going to be a new experience, but we might have to get used to it for a while, which is...
The thing is, I think it'd be different when it's your own team. No,
yeah, probably. I think football without fans is nothing, though. It's not... No. It needs fans. I don't like the rumours of the crowd noise getting pumped in and stuff. That's just like silly.
I'd like to. I see it'd be interesting to see how for Liverpool, if Liverpool do
play some music if they score. Just play some.
Yeah, well, like in Milan with Champions League.
No, not that. Wait, some upbeat.
I'm just wondering how well, hopefully, if it all gets them running again and we do end up winning the league, and it'll be nice to win the league by playing Chelsea on that day, lifting the trophy. Play Chelsea on the day we lift the trophy, so that'll be nice for us both.
But can't you win it before then?
We can, but won't lift the trophy until.
Oh right. Oh, got that's your last home game, is it?
So I'm wondering how that's.
You might never playing at home though, so they might just make you lift it. Might just let you lift it whenever you win it, or let you lift it on last day of the season or something.
I think they should keep it their own grounds. I think.
Yeah, but if they don't want fans coming because of the coronavirus, it's one of them where you've got to kind of. But then again, own grounds have got their own staff, so you kind of almost do you need to go to them grounds, because otherwise then you've got to hire new staff to go to all these different grounds.
And who wants other teams coming to their grounds unless they're your home?
If you're going to do that, you might as well play your own. I was thinking more like they'll have some sort of scientific, I don't know, bubble somewhere that they can play in or something like that. I don't know. I guess they've got to work all this out. That's for them to figure out, not us.
Yeah, it'll all come in.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping when we play you, you've won it, because we'll probably need the points, so you'll just let us come in and have a win.
But you can.
I tell you what,
you can do what you want on that final game, mate. I don't care.
I'll tell you this, mate, right? I know this is tangent, but I've been playing FIFA recently, right? I've done it as Chelsea. I played Liverpool in the Super Cup, played him in the league once. I've just played him in the League Cup final. I've got to play him in the FA Cup quarter final, and then I've still got to go to Anfield. So that'll be 5 times I've played.
Like, you're doing pass FIFA, you like Mourinho and Benitez season?
Yeah. And we're both still in the Champions League, so I might get him in the Champions League as well. You've got to admit, mate, when we kept playing each other, it started to get really boring, didn't it? It was like the games were starting to get worse. I mean, I remember Jamie Carragher saying that he said the games were getting really, really bad.
We're starting to get beat every game then. He wasn't very nice in the end. But yeah. So everybody, 17th of June, the Premier League will finally, hopefully, get back up and running. And I think that might be it. But is there anything you want to? I just
wanted to mention, Josh mentioned something about some Championship players have contracted coronavirus, and one of them was one of the teams was Fulham. Sorry,
was Blackburn a part of that as well?
I think so, but Fulham and Fulham
Elliot,
are third, I think.
I think it was Bennett from Blackburn. Went into training day, was fine. Next day came in, he tested positive. He says, I didn't even know, only went shopping. So maybe he's contracted it from shopping. So
is that going to have an impact on the Championship then?
Depends how many coronavirus. But there hasn't been a right lot mentioned about the Championship. Now I could be wrong. There hasn't really been a right lot mentioned about the Championship as yet. I think they're a bit behind us at the moment, aren't they? The Premier League.
It's a longer league anyway, so they've probably got more games to play anyway. I don't think there's many left for us. There's something like 8 or something. There isn't like a ton of games left.
Oh, your playoff games, aren't you?
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah. Well, they're just... you can't really abandon it, can you, when teams have been fighting for it all season? See, what happens to player? It's such a mess, isn't it?
There's just too many games, isn't there? There's too many... Like, for Championship, there's, like, so many things to decide. I mean, in our league, you've got... whoever wins the league and nothing else happens.
Yeah, there's not playoffs or you finish in your positions. Yeah. I mean, I think they should abandon this year's FA Cup, and just that Europa League player should just go to 6th or whatever it goes to, and just because I feel like it's too much of a risk anyway. So to put more football there, I mean, to be honest with you, the problem is they're gonna want more football anyway. I mean. August, did they say it's going to end?
What's that?
Premier League season. If it goes all fine and smooth, it'll end in August. What they said, I believe.
No, depending on how many games there is, I'm thinking it might be done
I'm sure that no, I think they revealed it'd be like the first weekend of August or something. It would end. So when does the new season start? Because the new season usually starts 2nd or 3rd week of August, doesn't it? So how?
Like a golf tournament when you're in a goals league. Well, you finish a season and next week your new one starts. Might be
I did hear something about, and I don't know if it was true because I was skimming through Twitter, about possibly removing some of the lower league teams from the FA Cup in the next season's FA Cup. But I think that would be so out of order and harsh. How could you even do that?
But that's what these teams play for, to get opportunity in the FA Cup to go to big grounds, and that's where money comes from. That's where they generate all the money from. These
Bradford that year, didn't they? Because they survived. They went to the League Cup final. They basically sorted all the finances out. So
there's just, I think T said it a couple of shows ago that he's quite happy that he's not the one making the decisions, because somebody out there can't do wrong for doing right.
The problem is, if somebody dies from coronavirus, it's gonna hit the fan. I'll say that. I won't swear. It's gonna hit the fan. That's all I'll say.
Forget. Like, if anything happens to either players, I mean, Liverpool winning the Premier League is wonderful, but I don't want
to see anyone die. No.
There was any plays in the process of Liverpool winning the league, that wouldn't matter at all. Then
nothing's worth a human life, is it?
No, absolutely not. And if that happens, then what do you do?
Well, let's just hope, right? Let's hope this goes all fine and they finish the season. You get crowned champions, we get top 4, and then they do orders the FA Cup just out of loyalty. Now, Joe. And let's just hope that, the season goes smoothly. No, in all honesty and seriousness, let's hope it goes smoothly and no one gets coronavirus. And then we try and find a happy medium next season. And maybe it'll be next year when fans can come back, but maybe that'll be something big. And maybe they could do it so, like, the first, the 4th round of the FA Cup when all the teams come in. Maybe then they could invite fans back and it could be, like, massive, and it'd be good for FA Cup as well. And that'd be like a dream scenario.
Do you think hopefully with the fans coming back at some stage, that surely the football clubs themselves know that football can't survive without fans? So
no.
Are they going to make it easier for fans to come to games, i.e. dropping ticket prices? Because they've noticed now how big football is without fans. Now, fans, a lot of fans have been treated like garbage by their football clubs, and I can name a few that have been treated like garbage, paying top prices for watching absolute dross.
Yeah,
they're not getting anything from the clubs itself. How about then drop the prices and let fans come back? Because at the end of the day, they're still going to pay.
Yeah. Well, I think we might have to have a separate discussion on things like that, because there's even, like, you guys did that great episode on money in football. We kind of need to look at money in football going forward, because transfers now, there's not going to be a lot of money to go around at the minute because of what's happening. Then you're going to have clubs not wanting to let players go. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to have a separate discussion on that, I think.
And also, look at the amount of players that are going free. The amount of players that are making.
Yeah. And they're going to be valuable. Free signings are valuable. It sounds like there's going to be a lot more swaps, which you never get. They're very rare. You get the odd swap here and there. We discussed it in our transfers episode, didn't we? So
I think the future of football has been needing a change for so many years, and I think
it needed a kick up the backside, didn't it?
As awful as the coronavirus has been, maybe football in term, maybe this is what it needed. A kick up the backside and a reality check to think actually fans are more important than what football make out. They are important. Without them, you're nothing. And this is why a lot of these people now, these poor people in the lower divisions, are losing money because the fans are not going and nothing's happening.
Well,
so treat them better. Treat them better. And I think that's what I'm doing.
Let's hope that the best things that come out of it are everyone's healthy at the end of it, that prestige comes back to everything, including like the cups, and then the fans will be the real winners then and stuff. And I let's schedule another episode in then, and we'll talk about the future of football and what it could look like, and that'll be interesting to do. So we'll organise that one. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, guys, Bobby, if that's it from you?
Yeah, mate? I've got nothing else, mate. Yeah.
So as we said, just to sort of wrap up, so the Premier League will start on Wednesday, the 17th of June. So a lot of football to look forward to. Hopefully everything will go safely. As as I said before, you can contact us at PL Seasons to Remember on Twitter and PL Seasons to Remember at gmail.com. But yeah, have a good day, everybody. And like I said, we're gonna please put your comments through to us and let us know what you think. Do you think the Premier League is back too early? Are you happy to see the Premier League back? Do you think there's any problems? Please let us know and we'll try and get back to you. And yeah, from all of us, have a good weekend and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.